Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deidre Anderson and I'm a contemporary adult romance author. And on this little piece of the internet, we talk about all things writing romance, and my writing journey. So if you're interested in seeing all that goes on in this part, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button so I know that you like the content that I'm producing, and hit that subscribe bell. Now, that notification bell that tells you each and every time I publish. Today's video is going to be our continuation of our romance tropes. And I think we should name this something because this is a second episode and I think, this is part 2. So, how about calling it Tropey Wednesdays? I don't know. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Yeah. So it's episode 2 of Tropey Wednesdays. So last week, if you missed it, I will link that card somewhere up top or below. We discussed the first 5 tropes on my list. I'm going alphabetically, so the first 5, I have my handy tablet with my notes. So if you see me looking down, that's why. The first 5 we spoke about last week was alpha hero, amnesia, arranged marriage, athlete, and best friend's brother. Now, or best friend's sibling, brother or sister, doesn't matter. So today we're going to be continuing with my list, and we'll be speaking about bet, BDSM, billionaire, BWWM, and blackmail. Those last 2 were switched, but alphabetically, so we'll talk about billionaire before we talk about blackmail before we talk about BWWM, but those are the 5 we're tackling today. So if you're interested in learning more about these tropes and how to integrate them into your writing, stay tuned. Okay, so the first trope on our list for today is the bet trope. Now, in romance, the bet trope is essentially when a bet is what forces the protagonists together. So the bet may be what causes the adhesion plot if you're following the beat sheet, or essentially it's what forces the protagonists to be stuck together, right? Now, it also goes back again, if you're following a beat sheet or if you're going with an outline, it will also be generally the reason that the couple split apart down in Act 3, where, they're breaking apart to give you the dark night of the soul and everything, right? Essentially, say for example, it's often seen in like jockish romances, like sports romances, YA, new adult, those when you're still impressionable, right? When the characters are still impressionable, so they get pressured. I've seen a lot about fraternity, when you're pledging a fraternity, right? And they bet them, hey, your last thing to join this fraternity is that you are going to either A, sleep with, B, be with, or C, date the most unlikely female at the college or the institution or between friends, and that's what forces the protagonists together, right? Now, of course, it's a romance, so while they got together because of the bet, real feelings develop and they start actually liking each other, right? But just at the point where they actually realize, hey, I have real feelings for this person, the bet gets exposed and they break apart, and it's up to them to put in the work to apologize and win the hero or heroine back. So that is the bet trope. In a brief synopsis, I will move on from the bet trope to the billionaire. Now, this is straightforward. Billionaire romances are all over right now. Now, the billionaire is essentially, as the word suggests, a very, 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 very rich character. This can be the hero or the heroine. And it's someone that their monetary worth oftentimes dictates how they react. Oftentimes dictates how they go through life, right? They live life on a high percentage, in the 1%, and they basically use this to determine the people they're around, the people they're surrounded with, because they feel like a lot of people most times are just their friends or around them for their money, right? So they're oftentimes very guarded and very protective of themselves and their trust and their well-being, because they feel like the people are out to use them, right? So it creates this trope alone. Sorry, I heard a sound. There's a storm coming, and it's chaotic here, but this trope alone creates a lot of tension within the plot, between the characters, and it's up to our hero or heroine, the love interest, to prove that they're not just with them for their money, but they're with them. They can't be bought. Love can't be bought. They're with them because they like the type of person they are, and they have to help them unbreak the bonds and the walls that they've built up, and break through and build trust and fall in love. So that's the billionaire trope. And of course you'll have what's expected from the billionaire tropes. There's a lot of over-the-top dates, a lot of over-the-top gifts, a lot of, you fly on the airplanes, you over the cities. It's basically, think everything over the top and what that money can buy, and you'll get the billionaire trope. So that's expected. The readers who love this want to see those over-the-top dates. They want to see that guarded hero or heroine. And yeah, so that's the billionaire trope. Next, I skipped out. I swear I know my alphabet, guys, but moving on to number 3. We're going to be discussing the BDSM trope. Now, this is for my spicy authors out there. I have 2 BDSM books. Well, they're novellas. I'll link them below, shameless plug. But for those who don't know or are interested in writing or reading more BDSM romances, the BDSM trope essentially covers the lifestyle of BDSM, which essentially it's BDSM. So it stands for bondage, discipline, dominance, and submission, right? Where this is essentially, the readers of this trope love the push and the pull of the BDSM world, right? They want to see play done in a play is their experiences that they have, or it's called play, right? Playtime. And they want to see it done in a safe manner, a respectful manner. And if you're going to dive into this, you want to do a ton of research. There's a lot of things that is misunderstood of the BDSM trope and the BDSM community as a whole. And if you're going to dive into this, you want to be sure you're researching every single bit, so that you can not only write safe things, but you can respect the community and write something that's healthy. Relationships can be healthy. They're not toxic at all. And if we understand what's going on with it, then you know that, things that you do behind your closed doors don't often correlate in the real world or outside of the bedroom. And then there are persons that also do, but in a respectful manner. So if that's something you're interested in, I have 2 books down below. I'll link them down below in my novella series, and it's just nighttime novellas, so they're literally can be read in a night, in one sitting. That was the point of them, and they'll be linked below. So that was the BDSM trope. So number 4 on our list is blackmail. Now again, blackmail is just as it suggests. There is one of our protagonists that knows a secret, finds out a secret, or already knows a secret about the other, right? And well, it can be done a lot of ways. It's just as it suggests, there's a blackmail that brings the protagonists together. So this can either be the hero or the heroine knows a secret of the love interest, and they use it to blackmail that person, and within their interactions while blackmailing that person, they fall for each other. Or it could be someone else that's threatening one of our protagonists with blackmail, and while trying to figure out who's blackmailing them and investigating together, it brings them closer and they fall for each other. So both are valid ways, and both ways can be done well. So as long as you stick to the parameters of the trope, there is a blackmail either being done to or by one of your protagonists, and that's what will basically adhere your couple together. right? And give you a bunch of good fun and games beats, because if someone's being blackmailed, there's going to be a lot of tension, there's going to be a lot of suspense. It can even be a comedic relief depending on how you go about attacking the trope. All right, now the final trope we'll be discussing today is the BWWM. Again, this is another one of my tropes that I work in, I write in, right? So the BWWM acronym basically stands for Black Woman, White Male, right? So this tends to be interracial romance between a male and a female, right? And it's essentially just, as it suggests, it's just a classification based on the characters that you can expect to find in the book, right? Now, these romances tend to play on the differences that an interracial couple will go through, the differences in culture, the differences in learning those culture and heritage, and their integration. It's not exactly why they come together, it's just the themes that you expect in that book is basically involving some of the things that maybe a black woman would go through that a white male would probably not. They don't go through that, right? The cultures are different. So it's that blend of culture, that blend of heritage that comes together, and they learn from each other, they grow together, and they have regular experiences just as it would in regular life. All my books are in the BWWM realm right now, so if you are interested in checking out that trope, feel free to grab any one of my books. I'll also link them below. They're all in KU, so you can read through, pick up some hints, and let me know if there's anything more that you'd like to know about that trope. All right, those are the 5 tropes for today. Now, did you use any of these tropes? Or any of these tropes new to you? Are you interested in learning even more about any of these tropes? Let me know in the comments below. Also, go ahead and hit that like button and let me know that you learned something from today, or you liked this type of video. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload. These Tropey Wednesdays video tend to come out Wednesdays. I shouldn't even call it Tropey Wednesdays, because it's either Wednesday or Thursday that I release these, right before my Freakishly Techish Fridays video. So stay tuned for more. I will see you next week with the next 5 tropes that we'll be diving into. And until next time, guys, have a safe week and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.